Hey you guys, I recently started an oil painting commission for a customer. I did a rough first. The rough is about 4 by 5 inches. I plan to do the original 18 by 24, so that scales up perfectly. And he okayed the rough, and I did, as you'll see, I didn't stick, I stuck to the rough generally, but not very specifically. And did another tighter drawing, and then transferred that to a piece of paper that would be easy to project onto the 18 by 24 board. You can see I've marked the center point. That makes it easier to align the quadrants. And you'll also notice in the final painting I added a lot more area on the right. I could have just done it like this, but I felt it was a little too orderly, pyramidal sort of compositionally. So next step after transferring it onto the board and pencil is I went in with oil paint and basically did an underpainting. And I'm using oil colors that are Holbein water soluble. So you can use turpentine or you can use water, and I'm so glad they invented these things because I don't have to breathe in turpentine fumes anymore, which are of course highly toxic. So then the next stage, basically gone in with some colors, darken the shadow areas a bit. I'm using ochre, and I'm using, shut up you stupid cat, stop that! And picking between ultramarine blue and cobalt. Cobalt tends to be a sky blue, and I knew there was going to be some sky light coming through the water. But right now I'm working warm, and what I'm going to do is on this painting I'm going to work warm to cool. So I'm using the warmer earth tones now. There's even burnt sienna in this, which is basically a pretty hot orange. And I'll be, see how everything's cooled off a good bit here. Now this is one phase of painting, overpainting with cooler colors, various types of blue. Some of the blues I've keyed down by mixing with a little bit of other stuff, yellow ochre and things like that. I also used a rag to rub in the paint and get a sort of a smooth quality in the background. But there's a good bit of stuff done to the figures here, as you can tell. And because of the addition of blue, you'll notice it's created an illusion that the orange is actually more yellow than it is, which is just the nature of the way colors work. Then next is just more working, cooling off some of the figures and things like that, continuing to work with things, putting down more blue that's been mixed with white so that it really adequately covers the canvas. Basically more work done here. And then another session. Each of these sessions can be rather short or long, depending. But I basically work on the thing and solve a bunch of problems, continue to add things, and then get to the point where I stop and I allow the paint to dry. Now I also use a thing called a dryer. God, I can't remember what this stuff's called offhand. Well, anyway, I do use a dryer, and man, when you mix that stuff with the paint, it dries. It starts getting really tacky in about 20 minutes. So here's where we are right now. This is the latest phase, and I can't really see too many more after this. There'll probably be about 2. And one thing I want to do is create a few more solid areas of color that won't attract the eye. Put the signature on there and so on, and we should have a finished painting. So that's how I do it.